That good, huh?
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut with Mike Kelly, and we are Real Estate Jerky Daily. Today is Thursday, Rotary Day, so we're a bit later than we normally are.
We are.
But we're here.
Seemed like there was more stuff to put away today than there is normal.
Because there was nobody helping you.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what the difference was. It's like, Mel, where are you?
Oh, he was standing there talking.
Yeah. About writing and all the other important stuff. Oh, I think I'm going to walk. Anyway, let's see. It's brief information today, just a few things. Mortgage Banker Association released their mortgage application data for ending last week, showing the overall application volume increased by 0.9%.
Woohoo!
So out of every 100, there's almost one more.
Almost.
It released their application data for the week ending, blah, blah, blah. Applications to purchase a home were up 2% for the week and down 12% year over year. Refinances decreased by 0.4 from the previous week and were 30% higher compared to a year ago. There was none a year ago.
That's true. Very, very true.
Everybody's like, what? You want me to? No. Now people are actually looking at their overall debt, like 22 to 29% credit cards and everything else. And it makes sense to pay them off. And even though their payment goes up on their current loan, overall, they're saving a couple grand a month, and they can take 1,000 of it and apply it back to their principal and pay it off in like 15 years.
Oh,
so there's ways to do it. So don't just say, I'm not touching that rate, because that makes no sense. Sometimes you need to touch that rate to make sense.
Right.
All right. So Thursday is always initial jobless claims, and that measures individuals filing for the first time for unemployment benefits. Was reported at 238,000 claims for last week. This represents a decrease of 5,000 from the previous revised figure of 243,000, but was more than the expectation of 235,000. So that means they didn't expect as many initial jobless claims this week. Continuing claims increased to 1.82 million from the previous week's figure of 1.813 million. So people are staying on longer and can't get off, is what we're seeing.
You got nothing to go back to.
All right. Housing starts for May was reported at a 1.2 million annualized pace, which is down 75,000 from last month's revised report of 1.352 million. And that's below the estimates of 1.37 million. We need 1.9 million on an annualized base to keep up with current normal.
Let's just say 2 million.
Because it's not 2 million. It's only 1.9. Because that's just to keep up with population growth. And I'm not talking about 10 million migrants across our border.
About us.
Normal growth for us. Yes. Family growth, people growing up. Housing permits, which are a good indicator of future starts, decreased to 1.38 million. I laugh because it's getting worse.
Yeah.
We talked about this yesterday with the National Association of Home Builders Index, how it's showing that it's so low, it makes no sense for builders to build right now.
Yeah, decreased 1.38.
No, decreased to 1.386 million units. This is down 54,000 from last month's figure of 1.44 million. It's going the wrong way.
Wrong direction.
Yeah. So bottom line, we've seen some bond-friendly economic data as of late with lower than expected inflation readings and weaker job data, with the unemployment rate rising to 4%. But the CBO came out and said the U.S. spending problem continues to accelerate, and they're talking government.
We're talking.
The CBO initially estimated that in 2024, the fiscal deficit would be 1.6 trillion, meaning we are spending 1.6 trillion more than we're taking in from taxes.
Right.
I don't think people understand that. They just increased their estimate to another 400 billion to almost $2 trillion, which caused that's why the bond market's selling off. They're like, these guys are idiots.
Right.
We can't fix this until they stop spending. We need to cut that down to like no trillion.
Right. No trillion.
Just be with what we're bringing in. But the problem is we're going to become a third world country if this keeps going.
A debtor nation.
Yes, we'll be spend money we don't. Again, we're spending money we don't have. I just said that.
Yeah, I heard that before.
Yeah, we've been saying it all year. Stop spending so we can fix this stuff.
We've got a broken administration.
No, they're wealthy
and broken.
They just do what's best for them and not what's best for the people. They're supposed to be working for us, not for themselves to get fatter and richer and all that. We just lost our only listener.
Yeah, there we go.
Boomers struggled more than millennials to buy their first home. And
it's sad we lost that listener, because this is important stuff. This is what's going to change the nation or not. If you think we're making fun of just Biden, we're not. With the whole administration.
Yeah, we don't care who it is. I interviewed a guy from India yesterday, and they were talking about caste systems and how all India is still a caste system,
Right?
And how, like, if you type in caste systems, Google, and the other place over there, Google, like Microsoft, Google, Microsoft caste systems, and it'll talk about how that system in India is inside of Microsoft and Google because of all the who are I just talking about, the nation?
India.
Thank you. India, them in there. There's so many of them. And the caste system is just what they grew up with. It's the same thing that Europe has, like in London and all that. They think we are racist. No. They're born into a system, and you can't get out of that system. You have the opportunity of a lifetime here. That's why these people are coming across the border. They're flying into Mexico and walking across the border, but they should stand in line and do like everybody else had to do.
Yeah.
But let's get back to my boomers are struggling more than millennials to buy their first home. So everybody was saying how hard it is to buy a home. Well, boomers had it harder. And there was a whole article out there. In 1980, when boomers entered their prime home buying years, mortgage rates spiked to 16%, and the average monthly home loan payment jumped 34% year over year.
Okay.
During those years when boomers turned 30, the share of median household income needed to make the typical mortgage payment averaged 33.2%, the highest of any living generation. The report also explained, in contrast, millennials on average face the lowest mortgage burdens thanks to a decade of ultra low interest rates following the Great Recession.
Right.
For millennials turning 30, the typical mortgage payment has averaged only 22.5% of their median income.
That's a lot better.
Yeah. Where's the share? I was looking for. Okay. So data from the Berkeley Economic Review was cited to show that 45% of boomers were able to buy their first home between the ages of 25 and 34. But as of 2019, only 37% of millennials that age did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the other thing was there's an average unemployment rate, right? Millennials and Generation X have seen an average unemployment rate of 5.6%, but I don't know. I guess I didn't copy it over, but the other generation was average 10%.
Really?
Yeah. So everybody talks about how it's so much harder to buy right now. It's still the best time.
Yep. So when's a good time to buy?
10 years ago or today.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. That's all the news I have, I think, today. Tomorrow is existing home sales.
Yeah. Tomorrow's the
and then the state numbers.
Yeah, state numbers. And I want to say something real quick. You put your buyer into escrow and you have inspections done.
Right.
The escrow fails for some reason. You and your buyer have already agreed in the contract that at no cost to the seller, you would give over those reports. Even though you fell out of escrow, don't be a turd in the punch bowl and say, you want these reports, you have to pay for them. You've already agreed to it. Be a good player, not a pain in the ass.
So there's somebody you ran into that.
We're going to write your name down, and when you write an offer on another one of our properties, anybody that we share this with, they're going to take 3 looks at your past history and wonder, should I go into escrow? Should I have my seller go into escrow with this person? And when there's multiple offers on just about every property, they don't have to choose you.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Thanks for that information.
Have a good day, guys.
All right. I don't have any stories to talk about because I was busy yesterday.
Yeah,
I was supposed to take the day off, and I didn't get the day off.
Well, I took the day off, but I painted a house.
Well, that's different. That's a different job.
See you guys tomorrow.
Yes, we will.
Have a wonderful day.
Yes. Thanks for being here. We really appreciate you. And talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.